Hello there, my friends, and welcome to my video. It's Kate in the nest, and I'm just home from the green door. I mean, how lucky can a girl be? That's what I called my last tour when I realised. But I arrived home from Melbourne yesterday, and today was an open studio at the green door. So as usual, I come down to my nest, reflecting on what a special time it's been, and I need to unpack. So, because I, didn't do as many videos recently, and some of you said you felt the there was a bit of a gap. I'm just going to make up for a lost time. So, no planning, just a share that I hope you can stitch along with, and I will do some stitching today because I didn't do enough stitching out there. Full house, and I actually realized that I had stood up for an hour and a half chatting and catching up with all those beautiful ladies before I sat down to do some stitching. So certainly I want to catch up. Okay, this is my little Red Riding Hood thrifted basket that I used to display some of my bits and pieces in at my workshops earlier, and I hadn't picked it up from Zoe. So doesn't that look like a treat? I actually thought I like the look of that. So we'll start with this. What's in here is my picky, first of all, as I said, I hope you're stitching. I hope you're well. And thank you for being here with me. I just noticed that anyway, another set of flowers has come out in my backyard. Okay. This is my utility pocket, slow stitch pocket. Goes everywhere with me. Haven't done anything, but gee, it's handy for my bits and pieces. The beautiful Lisa, who is probably new to the green door, was there today, and she sat beside me. Lisa actually did the story pouch workshop with me, and she brought it along to show me, and she started another one, and she had this beautiful ribbon. Look at those little stitches. Someone said, did I do that? Of course I didn't do that, but isn't that beautiful? I'm going to use it on a pouch, but even it could go as a ribbon, because I like giving you flowers and things to look at. This might be too close, so I'm not going to do it all video, but there's a bow for you. Okay, these are the handles of my second tote bag that I intended to stitch on. You can see they're not stitched. And in here is my bowerbird nest. So empty basket, but not empty nest actually. Let's take that back there, and I will start to unpack. So this is how my nest, it really is meant to have just my threads and things in it, but it has, I think I showed you this the other day, that's the sleeve of the bed jacket that I'm thinking I will make the handle holders out of. How beautiful is that? You've seen this Indian block print before. I don't know what I've talked to you about and what I haven't, so please forgive me if I'm being repetitive, because it's, yeah, my brain's been busy. Random bit of my blanket that I used in the pouch ages ago, brocade, the Kansas lace, Karen Buckley scissors. This is a little bundle that was gifted to me by Michelle McKillop, who gave me these things in Melbourne. So I'll come back to that, but that was there. Lisa saw that I loved that original ribbon, and she's given me some of this that I didn't even realize. This has got like a wire or something in the bottom. Oh, look what's happening. I know what I'm going to do with that. Never had this before, but have you? Look at that, for an instant party in a beautiful bow. A little bit of the Sanderson, and this is how we started. At least 2 pairs of scissors and a treasure in the bottom there, left over. Cupid. And so, oh, and I put that from Nelson, a life member of something, but it's just hanging in my, can you see that? In my nest now, like this bowerbird nest. Okay, what did I take those out in? I took them in my big tote. I think I showed you this in when I was actually in Melbourne. Still work to be done on the sides of that, so we might have a little play with that. And inside it, I mean, have I shown you this? I think I did actually. Anyway, I took this. This is my favorite piece so far in my whole collection because I think I keep going on about it. She's heavy, she's weighting, she's ready for embellishing, and she's ready for those beautiful handles. All I did in moving forward was to put the dots where the handles should be. So that should go up like that. So I didn't get them on, but maybe that was because I was meant to be working them with you. Just coming back here because I've buried something. Of course. Yeah, here we go. I told the girls and made them smile that, you know, I don't have a huge collection of Liberty, but now that Sarah has given me these scraps, that I want to use them. And that inspired me because I remembered that last year I bought these pom-pom makers and I haven't opened them. They're clover. And this was as a response of meeting Michelle, and Missy was making pom-poms too. But my idea is, so that was a different Michelle, but Michelle McKillop had made pom-poms with a mixture of wool and these Liberty, oh, well, just different fabric strips. So that's what I'm going to try and make. And I won't do it on this video, but I took it out to get some advice. And of course, we were all talking too much and I haven't got any further. But I would like to have some dangles on my pieces. So they went with me. And also, and coming back, I have been newly inspired to do this piece. So lucky in this community, like you, even today, like people were sharing things and cutting off little scraps, and we all benefit from each other. I saw Michelle McKillips from Melbourne's big pouch that she started at my workshop, and she had stood it up with box corners and had a zipper. Have I told you about this before? I don't know. But this is my latest piece. So she's in sort of a naked part, but I am featuring these beautiful fabrics that were gifted to me. So thank you, Michelle. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, jewelry of the day is my rabbit ring from Terry Rowe. Terry, quite a number of people said, where did you get that rabbit? And I said, from Terry. Someone new said, look at that ring. And I said, Kristen made that for everyone at the studio for Christmas. And of course, you've seen these things and my bangle. Oh, and this is another one of the Salvation Army thrift shop in St Kilda. Look at that. This one, the elastic is still intact. So that's jewelry of the day. This fabric looks like, is that a peacock feathers? Yes. Oh, isn't that bright? That might have to be part of my Indian prep. Seersucker. Beautiful linen here. That was obviously part of a dress. You need your sunglasses on, don't you? But we're in the pinks, we're in our happy color. Oh, and there's a needle. That's good. Look at this little one. And this. See, some people can put colors together so beautifully and it makes perfect sense. So this piece of feed sack or whatever, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I think it is already on this pouch in 2 places, and of course it goes beautifully with this piece. So with that in mind, oh, maybe I need to, yeah, I could, because I'm going to stitch. Hang on, I hope you don't get dizzy. Which way do I go? Nope, the other way. Is that full size? I think that is. Okay, so here's the other side. So you can see that this is just a conglomeration. Here's a bit of the Liberty that I've used as a frill there, as well as on the bag. This is, I'm just going to stitch. You don't need to. I go through, sometimes I think I just talk too much. So I am going to make it up for last time and use some little woolly, which is the wrong color around there. I'm feeling like doing some nice crimson red. It was a very big day at the studio because Missy combined the panels of our friendship quilt. So I'll do a post on Insta about that. She's already put a picture up, so I will share that with you because you saw me go through, is this green enough? And it still isn't very green, but I have to say, four panels coming together with all our different styles. It was just a thrill to see that happen. And Zoe has ordered some, I don't know what she called them, special hooks and a rod to hang the piece on. I might work this side because I haven't actually stitched this flower. Now I'm going to slow down. Oh, I haven't gone over here. I've stuffed it with, so that this is 3D, and I've stitched that bit. Okay, we'll see. I've stitched that bit. Let's do something on the rose. It's going to go into my fingers. Can you feel me calm down? So Christina from Victoria was there. Christina's up cat minding here in the Highlands, and it was just great to see her. Our regular crew, and as I said, new people. And just, I think what's lovely for new people and newish people is that just by sitting in the room, you pick up all sorts of hints. Now, I heard, in fact, Christina, that's why I was thinking of her. We said we needed to have a pen in hand or our phones to be writing down all the names of people that share. And there was a beautiful embroidery book there from a lady in Canberra who was a great embroiderer. She's done beautiful gardens. And I've gone blank on first name, but I do know the last name, except I don't. So I won't lead you astray. I'll wait and find that book and who that person was. But incredible embroidery. And that led us into a conversation about thread painting and, you know, long and short stitch, the place of that. I'm doing sort of stem here, not great at the long and short. Look how that variegation is just coming out totally unplanned, but giving depth to whatever part of the flower I'm onto at the moment. And I'll just turn because this looks like a piece in a different direction. There we are. Just a little bit of colouring in. Done. So you can see I've still got spaces on this piece because it's brand new. I think I started it, yeah, the night before I came home, or maybe the second night. I've got Terry's little package here in front of me. Oh. And maybe something like this would see how magic happens. Because I was looking at this beautiful piece of the little girl's dress, and I thought, what if we can grow a garden around here? Yep. And fill in that gap there. Can you tell I'm in my happy place? Now I'm covering up a few beads, so let's do a bit of a pin. I don't actually know what I've done with the shape of my... Oh, yes, that's right. I'm putting a base. I've already boxed the corners, which is probably not the right time to do it, but I wanted to have that shape and work out how to do it. And then I put a extra piece of blanket on the bottom because Michelle's was able to stand up like that, and as this gets thicker it will, and I want to line it, Zoe was lining her pouch today. So it was like that was a shared thought. If I could squeeze, yeah. So the bead isn't covered. It actually becomes part of that garden. So let's grab a different thread. I've got this pile here. So let's just pull a little bit of happy colour. I have to, yeah, at this point I have to show you, this is what Zoe had for me. She had balled up some very twisted wool that I bought from Little Woolies, and look how that is looking. Needs to go in its own nest, but I'm going to be sensible and store that away for next year. I actually had a brainwave and thought, if I go out to the garage and clear myself a corner, here's me not fitting into the rooms in the house, I could have just a section in the garage which needs a good tidy, and so I could put, you know, my blankets and all the things that I have accumulated and don't use every day out there, and that would be then I would know that I've got things ready to use again. Sorry, I just lost my thought. Does that happen to you? And I was just thinking about the garage, then storing things, and then, yeah, I went back to thinking about people. So I don't have a plan for how I get this down, but at the moment it's some running stitches, and we're going to dip under this flower and come up over here. Oh. And so that orange is a nice contrast with this green. Just amongst the leaves. here. A few seed stitches. Well, they're all seeming to go in the same direction, which is not what I really wanted. But that'll be okay. Now on this block print, there's a little bit of a blotch there, but I was looking at, let's get down to here, because I haven't done a chain stitch for a long while and I'm missing doing those. So could I embellish this stem down to where this tulle netting is, and then do some little chains, like lazy daisies. I think I could do that here. This one, that was going to be the wrong direction. So I'm just using the fabric pattern underneath to guide me, but the effect is so beautiful, I think, because of the variegation in the colours. So we've got orange, we started out, and then we've got this little pale orange bit. Just like that. We'll just run this thread. That was the sign of one stitch too many, wasn't it? I'll snip that there. Something will come along and go over the top. So we've got our 3D rose there. We've got a little rose here. We've got 3 big bright florals. That's probably disturbing you, but I know what I'm doing down there. That's a pin. This side, I've added that same bed jacket. Maybe if I could put a little bit of Lisa's bow. Oh yes, I think we could. Okay, what I might do first is, you see I left, so this is the side on of the bed jacket, and I undid that seam because I want to have a bit of a frill going that way. Oh. So we might use a different thread rather than the wool. Got that nice. I've got that one. Actually, why don't we just use some mainstream? And because we have this beautiful little flower that's come around the edge, sometimes people ask me how you edge your pouches or whatever when they're out of blanket. I don't have a strict rule, but you can see there that that's been stitched. There's the original blanket. Here's this little bit that's sticking out, and because that flower was there, I'm going to use that to come around to this side. And then I'll do some little stitches. To connect the flower to this satin. It's almost like that wants to be a pocket. I won't say no to that at the moment, but we will just get this flower down first. So literally, I am not worrying. I'm just going into this flower. And because it's variegated, like it just, everything goes. Okay, now we're coming up on the I think I will. I was going to say, will I leave that tulle there? I don't. I was going to, and now changed my mind. So just a little snip there. Pretty. Yeah, I don't want to go back up there. I want to go along here. I mean, I was going to say, what would I put in that pocket? But it doesn't really matter, does it? It's just a pocket because it's so spongy. And let's think if that's sitting up like that, I could frill this. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I need now to go on a totally different tack and find some fabric. Now that's from my other bag, which would make, this is the little girl's dress, which would make this series belong. So that's almost like it's saying it's the right bit. Here's a little bit of, oh yeah, the fabric gift. Oh, look at that. And it says kit and coats. All right. Thank you, Bron. Phew, excuse me, hay fever. Haven't done a sneeze for a little while. Okay, so that's going to tuck up under there. Then we're going to work that white fabric flower at a different time, but for the moment, let's find the needle and go on a little fun journey across these flowers. Oh, there you go. There's the into my needle. Oh, sorry, the needle into my finger moment. Now, is that fitting exactly? No, it's not. Is there a gap? Yes, there is, but a little piece will come along and fill that. And how pretty is this pink on pink on pink with a little bit of purple. So there's some, I don't know what that is under there. Oh, it's the bottom of a flower. And I'm going to turn those bits there, if you can see them. I'll get rid of that frayed bit. We're going to turn them into petals. Like that. And then let's do a little, where are we going to go? I think we'll, gee, I hope the video is recording because I haven't stood up and checked it because I just am in the groove of stitching away here. That pin has gone through to the other side, so we'll just release that. Just going to do a big applique stitch here because we'll do that flower over the top in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but and zip under there. Oh. My gosh. I've just stood up because I had that feeling I'm between. I better check. This has been a long one. But I hope you've enjoyed being in my garden with me today. I just want to keep stitching, but I probably should do a little bit more packing away. Now, that's puckered a little bit, but that will come down with a pin. And I'm loving the direction that this piece is going in. Probably need to find a little bit more of this fabric to put in the garden down here, just so that there's a little bit on either side. So there we are. That's a little stitch along in my nest. Thank you for keeping me company. I actually just got so in the flow that yeah, just loved doing that. So tidy up the nest. There's the needles. Who knows what you'll see me do next. There's a little bit of putting things poking away. Happy stitching, my friends. Please take care, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Just trying to show you this big pouch. Okay, bye.